During the joint training session, Sprite continues to insist that he's not doing anything and doesn't hide it from Toon. Toon decides to follow him and see what Sprite is up to. When he catches him, Sprite claims to be Z and denies knowing where Sprite is, but, of course, Toon doesn't believe him. Sam arrives, and Toon, dazzled by Sam's presence, agrees to cover for Sprite in his intentions if Sprite helps him win Sam over. Young Sam is happy that it's the first time Z is communicating with him. And they enter training together. In the evening, after his jiu-jitsu training, Sprite sneaks into the room, thinking that First is asleep, but that's not the case. There, Sprite lies to First, saying he was at a party, and in response, First throws back his words from a few days ago, after which he threatens to report him to the coach. Although First hates him, Sprite is determined to win him over as a friend. The next day, Sprite follows First everywhere and imitates him, annoying him until First loses his temper and drags him into the hallway to talk privately. There, First tells him that they will never be friends, and he hates him, but Sprite turns it into a joke and teases First to be careful not to fall in love with him. After that, we see a flashback from First's childhood when he and Z first met during training when they were little. First tried to communicate and train with him, but Z already distanced himself and separated. I believe that the coach is actually First's dad, and First is not happy with how the coach treats Z in comparison to his own son. Sprite explains to his teammates that he will now only train in the evening because he has obligations in the afternoon, but they are not sure if the coach will allow it. After training, Sprite sneaks into the room again, but this time First is not there. When First returns to the room, they again argue about Sprite's messy side of the room. In the morning, Sprite wants to go to breakfast with First, but First tells him that he's irritated again and leaves without him. In the evening, Sprite tries to sneak into the dorm. He really needs to use the toilet urgently but can't enter because the whole team is there watching a series on the laptop. When he finally manages to get to the room, First blocks his way, questioning him about where he has been, and Sprite can't hold it and ends up soiling his pants. In the hospital, Z wakes up from a coma and, upon learning what his mother did and that Sprite took his place, becomes very angry and furious. When he finds out that Salmon is also involved, he kicks her and his mother out of the hospital room.